Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
Hello, Trailheads, and welcome to the Trailhead. Before the trails start today, we need to have a short safety meeting. Off-roading is an exhilarating but inherently risky sport. The insights and opinions that are shared by our hosts and any experts or guests on the podcast are intended to inform and inspire, not replace professional guidance. The Trailhead guests, partners, and any sponsors are not liable for any actions that you take based on what you hear. It is your responsibility to seek professional advice and make informed decisions, especially when attempting potentially dangerous activities. Always check current trail conditions and comply with local laws and regulations. Off-roading requires careful preparation and respect for safety, so ensure that you're well prepared before hitting the trails. And now that that's out of the way, buckle up and let the stories begin. So, Alyssa, to answer your question, just go to the trailheadnetwork.com, and on the front page, there's a link that says click here to go to the live show.
Okay.
Or YouTube or Instagram, they can see a quarter to a third of our screens, maybe, if they're lucky.
Yep, they can.
Yeah. She was going to watch, but she was like, if I watch on Instagram, I only see everyone's sidewalls.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We have Riverside.
Pope. We got Pope today.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Framing works today. At least we're not all headless.
Yep.
All right.
You can see people's heads. You can see our posters a little bit in the background.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's your refrigerator.
I don't know.
If you
It's
move
like
over this way,
Hmm.
or in front of your fridge.
Don't need to move this
I'm
way.
looking.
This way.
Which fridge?
Oh, I like where you're at.
Which
You can
fridge?
stay
He
where
said
you're at.
he's like,
oh, wait,
so that's your
okay.
right
he's got this
Put your hand
Christ-like
up.
thing
Put
going
your
on
hand
with
up.
these two fridges beside
That
him.
fridge.
Over here? Is that better?
A little further.
God, jeez, I'm not doing that. It's too much movement.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's the other
Every
fridge.
time I try to make an adjustment.
In front of the stickers.
Forget.
Oh,
There he goes.
where you were.
And then he's back. He's gone again.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just
all right.
scoot like a titch, and then you could. Yep, right there.
okay. I'll just sit like this the whole time.
A titch?
I'm not that pretty. So
Aw.
See, but now you get like
You're
at least
all right,
half
Ryan.
your face.
yeah, you get the grays. As long as you can see the grays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
no.
what
You know,
happened
as
there?
long
I
as you
got
can see
that
the
too.
grades.
What's going on here?
Oh, that is here.
Well, my excuse is 3 children, so I don't know what yours is.
Mine's owning a
This
Jeep.
is just
It's purely owning a
just-
Jeep.
the last
pure
6
win-
months.
Pure wisdom.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
for
if
the
you
last
go
6
that
months,
way-
I imagine, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, I was
that's
young.
the way.
I was young
Yeah.
in October.
Chicken.
I've aged
Yeah,
30 years since then.
You've
Yeah.
had a rough go of it, man. So it's all good. Well, let's get into it then. What's the update this week?
Where do you want to start? How many Jeeps do we
I
have
wanna-
You
now?
tell
I
me.
wanna-
What's the
I wanna
vehicle count?
start at the V8 roar. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, you talk about this.
Oh, I
Oh,
should have
so
grabbed
the-
that clip from you. Yeah, I should have put that in the bucket.
Oh, the Misfit is back.
Yes.
And we haven't had a chance to go do obnoxious videos yet, but we did go play out in the dirt this weekend and go speed around and together. I got to test my throttle control and play on some obstacles. It was a good shakedown run. I really think they did a good job at it, and I don't have any complaints about the install at all so far.
It's clean when you
so
open
clean.
it.
Yeah, you
So
open the hood and it looks like there's missing things. It's like, did you guys remember to put everything back in? But
yeah, like the dirt.
it really
and the
just
grease
goes-
and the
Yeah.
it just goes to show how much extra stuff they're putting in at the factory to make it a little easier for you to use, and running extra stuff for your radiator, your coolant overflows and things like that I don't have anymore. And it's just where everything's positioned. It looks like there's room to there's so much room for activities. You could just do a lot more stuff. Mount a bunch more shit in there. There's a
Or
whole.
you could just leave it nice.
I
and
There's a
don't-
lot less. There's a lot
Yeah, I
less
was about to say, I
wiring.
don't
There's
feel
a
like
lot
you
less
need to-
tubes and.
A lot less plastic.
Don't feel like you need to fill it.
Yeah, a lot less
Don't feel like
plastic.
you need to fill that space.
I do have 2 S pods, so there's room for. There's a lot of spots to attach wires to. So we do have that.
All
going
I
for
can
us.
tell you, all I can tell you is when you do that, do it right the first time, because man, it's a bitch to start over and pull it all and do it all over again. I wish I'd done it right
You're
the first
telling
time.
me. That's why Impulse is doing it the 3rd time for me instead of me doing it the 3rd time.
The first morning.
So we've moved it from the passenger side, or from the driver's side to the passenger side, and back to the driver, and it's back on the passenger again. Because I went from S Pod to Switch Pros, then I was going back to S Pod, and we decided it'd be better to mount all the S Pod stuff on the other side by the battery because the length of the wires and stuff that we had. And
so it's not a hot mess in there anymore from the move.
yeah, it doesn't look as bad as it looks better.
It looks so clean.
It doesn't look like that audio
does.
on Instagram that asks when the son's home burned down. After they who does your wiring? Oh, my son does it. Oh, when did his house burn down?
Oh,
About
yeah.
2 years ago.
I saw it
Yeah,
right
it's
before
like-
I did all my tire. Or did the stuff with the tire. Yeah.
So, Pope, have you not put up any videos from the run this weekend?
Just Randy so far, actually.
So I was going to say, where is that? Where did you guys go? Because that's a lot of gray rock that I saw.
It's an area called 5 Mile Pass.
Okay.
It's just it's kind of west of Eagle Mountain, east of Tooele,
Okay.
and it's out on the beaten path. There's really nothing on that road beyond
It's
couple of
kind
little
it's
farm
kind of
towns.
Northern Utah's little hey, we've got 45-minute drive. Let's go out there for dinner and just
I got
do
you.
a quick run.
A lot of
Everybody
people
has-
camp out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of
it
our
was
friends
definitely
is
not-
camping out there
Run.
this weekend.
Yeah. It was definitely
Mhm.
not the topography that I thought I was going to see out of your videos. So I was like, oh, was that an old video? Was that a new one? But yeah.
Yeah, that
Cool.
video of
That's-
Randy was new. I've
Oh,
got a
cool.
video of the rock garden there. I didn't want to beat my truck up on Wayne's World and be back in the shop again right
Well,
away.
the shocks
So
are hitting the frame, so
Yeah,
we didn't want to go too crazy on it.
yeah, and it's been a problem that's been ongoing. The top 2 rows of my coilovers are rubbing against the frame, and so I'm gonna have Impulse kind of move those out so that it's not doing that anymore. Either the axle side mount or the something on the frame side that might need to change a little bit.
We've never addressed his
Yeah, so we've had. If you are really following us or you really know us, you know we were going to one place. We're not anymore, and we're going to a new place. And Impulse hasn't had the chance to get Misfit the way we need him with the new stuff yet. And so it's basically been okay. First, we got to fix the bent axle. Now we fix the bent axle. Now we got to fix something else. And there's just, and then I rolled it over.
So we've never gotten to his suspension.
So yeah, we've
It's
never
kind
gotten there.
He literally got the triple bypass or whatever in the hell it's called.
The double throwdown.
The double throwdown. and
Triple
then-
Bypass? What now? It's been a really
I don't
long
know.
week for Pope.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But he really hasn't wheeled it since he got the throwdown. And so we're still shaking that down with everything else, you know?
Mhm.
So we realized, oh, okay, we've got a lot of shock stuff we got to take
I
care of.
beat it up at Trail Hero. And since Trail Hero and since I jumped it over a sand dune and all these things, I haven't really had a chance to go back and readdress everything. I have a hunch the bent axle might have been from that sand dune jump. But, no, actually, it was bent before we went.
It was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was bent before we went because, yeah.
You guys
But-
wheel it hard, man.
We're really not gentle on these things. So
Yeah, but he it was really funny. The first morning he's leaving for work and I'm in the kitchen. And the interesting thing is it's not really loud, but I felt him leave the neighborhood.
The low
It was
rumble.
so cool. It was just
it's a low rumble.
boom. And at first I was like, what is that? Oh my God, that's Misfit. Like it was like
As soon as I accelerate,
Oh, yeah, you get
the motor comes to life, and it has like the most beautiful growl, and it's clean, and it's quieter.
You can feel it more than you can.
I don't know how it compares to a stock 392. This is definitely quieter than my exhaust was before it left, but it sounds a billion times better.
So it sounds like you're going to put a bypass on it next, right?
Have a fun mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it was funny because I was watching him. He was turtled a little bit on a rock. And I think he forgot about what engine he was in, and he pushed the throttle a little bit, and he found out what that engine does.
Oh.
It went boom right over the rock.
Nice.
And his face was priceless. I wish I had just turned the camera off because he was turtled, and I was trying to see what was going on. And he like pushed the throttle, and I wish I had the camera of his face, like, oh yeah, that's what it can do.
Yeah, my buddy
Wow,
got the Richard Petty upgrade, teaching him that he doesn't have to mash it. Mashing it on his motor and on your motor, you don't need to mash it anymore. Like it will send it about half throttle just fine.
Oh, it sends pretty well at just a little bit of throttle.
Oh,
I went through the rock garden with just barely tapping the gas pedal and the brake, and it was just like so perfectly smooth. And,
yeah, you were smooth. I was impressed.
And I didn't even have to use my throttle commander to cheat or anything like that. So but all these, I'm telling you, I've been driving the F-350 Super Duty to work, and I drive it like a race truck. So I'm kind of familiar with the power of a roughly similar sized motor. And I've been trying to real hard to have throttle controls. I pull it into my driveway, not to smash it into the garage. So being able to feather that 6.7 liter motor to not break my garage was kind of a nice way to get the same type of throttle control out on the rocks for Misfit now.
You did good. I was proud of you. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was my fear, is he was just going to send it off of something because it's so much power, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some
And you gotta learn
popping.
your
I'm going to
throttle
have
before you start
Impulse
using
look
your
at it
throttle
and
commander.
do a full shakedown, and we'll get it right again.
Yeah.
Get it better.
There you go.
There's not a lot, just a little bit of steering stuff, and then
Honestly, I could live with the rear pops if I had to.
No, you can't.
It just annoys the shit out of me, and it's going to create a rough spot on my frame. We're going to have to paint.
Your shocks are hitting your frame. It's going to just it's not.
They're probably in a bent, right?
Yeah,
So
I think for normal people it would wear and tear, but for you it's going to break, and it's going to break spectacularly if you do it that way.
Exactly. And then I'm going to have to pull his ass out of things. Let's get it fixed.
It's true. It's true. We think we're outside of the bad, but we're not really.
We're almost done.
We just have to not get cocky. Don't get cocky right now.
No coffee. No coffee.
No, I said don't get cocky. We don't get overconfident, because things could still go bad. We might not be out yet.
You should probably stay away from the coffee too, at least till you guys get back to it. Although, Randy, I saw your video.
Yeah,
and,
I got to take her out for the first time since my role. I felt good. I just felt okay. So this is the thing. I kind of forgot that she has a whole new suspension. Because there's been so many things. Like I rolled her, and then Misfit's engine coming back, and then we hadn't been out on the trail together since October. So I was way excited to just be on the trail. I mean, I got a little bit emotional a couple times looking at his ass. I was like, oh my God, we're together right now on the trail. It's been so long. I mean, that's how we started. That's how we will always be, is together on the trail. And it was just a really awesome moment to be out there together. But, Jem is insane. I forgot that I got this crazy suspension that basically I can put myself into any position and I'm level. She was fun. She was really fun. And I'm not going to lie, she is so stupid. Her suspension and the way she feels on the rocks, I feel so good in her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Randy felt her way up that obstacle. It's called Wayne's World. It's really tough. So she feels her way up it, and I know where she's trying to go. She kind of tells me what she's trying to do, so I'm helping her kind of get her tire backed up to the right spot where she can turn and hit it.
Yeah, well,
and that's all I had to do is get her like to back up a little more. And
I walked up to it.
But she didn't really need my help that much at all. The problem is, let me finish my story. So the problem with that, she did it basically by herself with minimal assistance from me. And then the next person comes up and says, I want Pope to spot me. And they're in a stock-ish Gladiator. And then a stock 4-door JLU they're kind of new at wheeling. And I'm not good at guiding new people yet. Like I'm trying to get my feet under me in terms of doing that a lot more. But this obstacle is one that I don't really know. I just knew where Randy wanted to go. She talked to me before, said this is how I'm going, and she fit it, and it made it look so good that I was like spotting another person, and I'm like, I am just too scared to like tell you to do what I think you need to do to get up this thing, which is give it a little more gas and send it, because I don't know if you know how much gas is going to be, and I don't want to smash your fenders up on your...
We just don't like being like, I think
I don't like being responsible for people in that situation just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
He can be responsible for me, because if I jack up, I'm helping. He's paying for it, and if he jacks up, I'm paying for it. So we both have we understand the situation, but we hate.
And I know that those people understand the situation that they're in, but I'm not really ready to smash people's stuff up on the rocks yet. I'd rather get a little more eyeball time, if you call it that, before I start giving people those kinds of instructions. I pushed him hard, though. I got him over almost on their side. I got him good three-wheeling, but it just wasn't happening. And I think it would...
Well, it's a Gladiator, too. It's an entirely different wheelbase.
It's an entirely different wheelbase. There's only one way to get on the damn thing if you're in a Gladiator, and if you can't get back lined up again, you can't get back on it. It's just... It's really fun, though. It's just so hard. It's not like Sand Hollow wheeling where you're climbing up something and you can see the
polished.
line.
You can see your mirror reflection in it. It's so polished, and there's enough oil and stuff on there. I mean, you go on any Saturday and Sunday in northern Utah, you can just sit there all day and watch people break stuff on.
Yeah, when we got up there was already an audience waiting for us to play.
Yeah, they just sit there But I've been on it enough times, and I've been able to walk Jem up it a couple times, and it kind of depends on everything with this obstacle. There's a lot of... I've slip slided around on it in the wet and the cold and it's kind of like you could go in the morning and nobody gets up, and then you just decide to like swing by and give it one more shot and everybody walks up, kind of an obstacle. Does that make sense? So I knew what I wanted to do on it, and everybody else was doing different lines, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. And so it felt really good to I thought I was going to feel tippy and stuff. And I think it's more... It wasn't a tippy thing that I was on when I rolled. It was that I pushed the gas at the wrong time and rolled. You know what I mean? So I was really comfortable feeling... I felt really comfortable. I was scared it was going to feel...
She was taking the off-camber lines all throughout the trail, and it didn't...
anytime I could put my tire on something, I was like, let's see how far I can get this to stretch. That's insane.
So
my tires were fun.
Yeah, she didn't get the, oh my God, this is tippy like I got. Because it came out of nowhere for me when this happened, and Randy was just gassing it. So if Randy is trying to gas it somewhere, she might feel a little bit different.
I don't know. I was gassing it all over.
Yeah.
I was filling her out.
It was a good day.
Anyway, it was a good day.
Where's Jem now?
Jem is at Impulse Off-Road, and my cage shows up. So the cool part is so we can tell you now what's going on. Jem was totaled. So they totaled Jem.
Battle Chestnut. Yep.
Yeah, I was really upset at first, but basically we were able to buy her back, and now we just have to get her fixed. But the cool part is we have really good friends at Multibill, and they tore the cage off the 392 off of Hooligan, and they shipped it out to me. So I have a cage showing up on Thursday, and Impulse is going to install it, and I am like so grateful for them. I mean, like literally, Hunter just took the coat off of her Jeep's back and gave it to me. And we basically just have, and I don't know, I'm just like totally dumbfounded that we have such good friends in the industry that want to help me out. And basically we were able to pay her loan off and buy her back, and now we just have to get her fixed. And we were planning on doing a cage anyway, and then we just have killer friends that like stepped in and helped us out. And I am going to have Hooligan's cage, so I'm going to have the badassness of Hunter kind of like built into Gem, and I'm really excited for that little bit of it. And she's going to have a rainbow cage soon.
That's fun.
So
That's cool.
There's a
I'm
certain
really
amount
excited.
of freedom that comes with a total title and a Jeep.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
exactly the thing about it, right? So, and I don't know if you quite, if we're kind of putting it out there as much as it's a weird situation because we had full coverage insurance on it and we were still paying payments on it. Now we're not going to have payments anymore. And it's now a way lesser of amount of a Jeep because it's got a salvage title now.
And we'll never sell it.
And so
if somebody was to buy Gem, they would know what they're buying. You know what I mean?
yeah, they'd be buying
Right.
it as a rock crawler, not as a Jeep
driving
to go buy
it to
on the
work
street.
or something like that.
And so it actually gives us a ton of freedom now that we don't have. And it's weird because so Randy totals her Jeep, and the consequences the bank gives us back, or the Allstate gives us money to pay back the bank, and then gives us a little bit of extra to put the new cage in.
Fun.
Sometimes those
Yeah.
sometimes those total claims can work out in your favor, and you know,
I think it's working out in our favor as much as it can. It's a fair statement. I think it's fair for what we're doing, and
Well, we're not going to put all the body work and the things that they think that they should have to do.
no.
Like Gem's now
Right.
a shitbox.
Now she's a
she
shitbox.
has some dents, and she has some more
And
ones.
she has the
looks
freedom to be a
good.
shitbox. It's so
And she
fun.
has the freedom to be there, and I have her. Like there's a lot of freedom in it, and I'm totally excited because I have a couple ideas of some ways that I want to paint her myself. I've always wanted to paint my vehicle, and this gives me freedom to like do whatever in the hell I want to Gem, and Gem can just be Gem. So I'm really excited.
well, you guys are going to start trailering now too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
we actually drove out to 5 Mile this week because I wanted to drive the V8 on the highway and play with it, and just see how it feels in general. And I'm trying to kind of break it in a little bit without really beating the shit out of it for a few hundred miles, you know. But it was so fun to drive, and I just can't even get enough. But we're in good shape. But Gem's finally back in the shop again, and the next time you guys see her, she'll have the very first Moto-Built JLU cage installed on her.
that's
She's
awesome.
gonna be a rainbow.
That's awesome.
She's gonna be a rainbow.
Welded by Bender.
Yeah, I am so like I'm just grateful for them. They are good people that do good things, and they build good parts, and that's why we started hanging out and like buying their stuff. And they just solid human beings. I mean, they helped me get off the trail at EJS. Like they've just been. I'm just really, really, really.
Yeah, Dan and Bender were out till 1 a.m. working with us, trying to
2
get Gem
o'clock in the
started. 2
morning.
a.m. trying to get Gem started, helping us get her recovered.
Underneath,
We used their gladiator as an anchor for Trailmator to, you know, winch himself off of to kind of pull us forward whenever he got hung up on us. And
I mean,
you know.
they're just good people, like taking care of us. And anyway, yeah, I cannot wait to get Gem back. We're gonna have her ready for Vernal Rock Rally, and and then we're gonna have a summer of craziness ahead of us. So yeah,
That's awesome.
feel good about it.
Well, I'm jealous because the roll cage and the pillar delete is definitely my bucket list for the JK. So, and the half doors.
The half doors are so nice.
It's only
half doors are really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about a $7,000 job right there, but whatever. We'll work on it.
It's not at Moto-Built because I have the Moto-Built ones.
I really want half doors. I don't think the weather here is conducive to having them. It's barely conducive to having a soft top. So it changes so fast. it changes real fast here, and it's on a regular basis in the summer. I'll leave here and it'll be bright and sunny in the morning, and 2:00 in the afternoon the storm clouds roll in, and
Well, you
that's
also
the rest of my
travel
day.
so. I mean, it's such a short distance. You're gaining so much elevation as well. Like
It's
it's
also
not
a true
just.
story.
It's all. It's not just like you leave Denver at 70. By the time you get to wherever you're going, it's 40 and
45.
You guys ever drive your Jeep home topless in a thunderstorm, or
Yes.
only have a bikini top on it and it's full of 3 inches of water, and then you turn and it slushes on your face, and
Yep.
Well, and the thing is you also go long distance and camp. Like,
Yeah.
I hate having my top on. If I can have Jem's top off, I want it off every second I'm out on the trail because I need visibility. You're like driving in different situations and scenarios, and you definitely need like visibility, but I need I'm trying to see all the way around, and
I
I
miss
would
it.
rather
I miss having that
freeze than
freedom.
not be
Yeah.
able to see.
Yeah.
And I think that's where my difference is like, everybody's like, you're going to put your hard top back on. And I'm like, as soon as I have heaters in my seats, I am done. I will put an umbrella over the top of me. I will do anything to not have Jem's top on. And now that we're trailering her, maybe I'll put the top on just so I don't get her wet driving down and then take it off when I get there. Because I just
Randy,
don't like
I will have to try to find this product. It's been a while since I've seen it. But it is a jacket that is made out of like that parachute type of material, that lightweight kind of stuff. And it has a long extension to it that is specifically made to fit into a vent of a Jeep.
Wait, time out.
That's perfect. I'm done with that. I'm ready. You
Don't
sent
tell
it
me
to
Ryan
me. Do you
has this
have
thing.
it? I'm in.
Time
I'm
out.
in.
Time out.
What do you got?
I'm in.
There it is.
You have to
Oh,
send me
dude.
that. No, send me to that. I'm in.
Yeah, there it is.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Just hooks right in the jacket, and it goes over the vent. There you go.
It's coming on my
Holy
Instagram
cow, that's so
probably
awesome.
next.
Yeah,
It's
I've
gonna
been-
show up.
I do a half-assed version of that when I'm riding in a Jeep with Randy. I'll stick my fingers on it and I'll hold it up against there and
With the hoodie.
get the
Nope,
hoodie
this
all
is purpose-built,
filled up with warm
man.
air.
No,
It's
okay.
purpose-built.
If you don't know what this move is when you're driving down the road, there's only one of two things occurring here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either you're getting warm one way or the other. So
You might be getting arrested.
Randy showed me the video of it earlier, and I was working, and I thought it was for peeing.
No,
first.
that's for the AC for your pants. That was called
This would work on your
Jewels.
pants
It
too.
was, I know. I guess
You
it
can
would.
heat your jewels.
It was
we're back-
basically a tube that goes to your
We're
balls,
back
so
to
you
the
can
always
AC
on.
them as you're driving
minutes.
in the desert.
We could demo this product on my OnlyFans.
It's on my Instagram. I'm like, why is it telling me how to cool my husband's balls while he's out on the trail? But this guy was really excited about it. But it was basically a plastic sleeve, a tube, and it just runs up your pants. Like, you can't tell me that wouldn't be good at 110 degrees.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
In the
awesome in
desert.
Sand Hollow.
agreed.
I've strategically aimed vents before, so yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So we actually had a chat, our audience member chat us
Oh,
say something.
Hey,
in the
listen.
chat. I've already drank too much. I can't even talk. So
have
it
any of
says,
y'all
have-
ever wheeled a manual JLUR? It's a cheaper mode. First
cheater mode.
gear, 4 low, and you crawl up 90% of the stuff with no gas.
This
I
is
think that's-
Aqua Jeep Girl's life.
Well, I did that. I mean,
Is she
well,
really
I'm not
manual?
in manual. I'm in
Yeah, she's really
Yeah.
manual.
Okay.
Julie does it. I haven't. I've driven a JK manual, but never off-road extensively. I did rattlesnake the trail that we usually do with it one time, and I didn't know what I was doing, and yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I decided I wasn't a good off-roader.
The gearing in a manual is lower than an automatic. 456s compared to 488s. I felt like the 456s were lower. So you just put that thing in first gear, 4 low, and it'll creep. But this JK with 488s feels like it's
Would
running
want
away
no
from me
hands.
sometimes. So
Yeah.
I could see that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's what's up with Pope and Randy right now.
That's it.
We've
All
got
right.
one
Yeah,
Jeep. We're down to 2 Jeeps at home.
I was going to say my greatest rain story. You talk about being caught in the rain was I was in a tubular frame YJ coming down from Potato Salad Hill, stuck in that traffic. When you come back into town, when you make that left-hand turn back into town, right there, just pure traffic jam. Saturday afternoon, Easter Jeep Safari, downpour.
That's
Nice.
funny.
That was the greatest. I mean, and who
It's when
cares
you
at
start
that
pulling
point
your
in time?
plugs.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares?
The
at
first
that
year
point
we
in
were
time?
here, the first year we
I
were
was
here, the
working
second
one
year
day
we
and
were
I
here.
had my Jeep's top off, and it wasn't supposed to rain that day. And Utah's one of those finicky kind of places because we're in between two mountain ranges. All of a sudden, you'll get rain for no reason.
True
And I
story.
walked out to my Jeep, and I had 8 inches of water in my Jeep. All my plugs were in, so I started. I don't keep plugs in anymore because it just not worth my time. It's kind of funny.
The second year we were here in Colorado, we had driven from the town we were living in Castle Rock to a trail called Kingston Peak. It's like an hour and a half, and I had not yet respected or learned to respect the Colorado weather. And we got up to the start of the trail, which pretty much goes to 12,000 feet and then runs for a few miles at that altitude before dropping back down. And the storm starts chasing us, and I brought the soft top, but I did not bring the windows, and I did not bring my doors. And we ran away from that storm the whole day, but all we were doing was sowing our own doom, because in order to get home, we were going to have to turn around after the end of the trail and drive on the highway back into it. So it was cold, like 60s. It was
Rain gets
cold.
at 12,000 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it does.
even when we got, and now we're wet, and we get back down to I-7 or I-25 here, and all the highways here are 75 miles an hour.
Well,
And if you're not doing that, you're dead. So you're trying to keep up at 70 miles an hour with no windows and no doors, and it was cold. So now I don't leave my doors at home. I want to. I really, really want to, but maybe someday when I get a trailer and I'm cool like Pope.
Well, I had to take Jem to Impulse, and on Saturday it was 80 degrees out at 5 Mile Pass, and we woke up Sunday morning to 3 inches of snow, and the wettest snow you could possibly imagine. And then it rained all morning long, so I had to drive to Impulse with half doors, and I had at least my hardtop on, but it was raining sideways into my Jeep while I froze. So I basically had a hood on, my hooded vest, and then I had it cranked down to my feet so it would blow up this way. And then I had the top, so like you were saying, if you don't understand this, every time I'd get to the light, I just would sit there with my yeah. So there was a lot of things going on this morning. So yeah, the coldest day I've ever was 4 half doors driving it was 25 minutes on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
But sure, get rid of your hardtop.
What?
But
I
sure,
kept
get
the
rid of your
hardtop on
hardtop.
because it was crumbling. Even when we were driving on the trail this weekend, I could, every time I would flex, my whole hardtop and my frame or my cage would go.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Misfit was doing that real bad when I
That's too
first took him off the
anxiety,
trail
yeah.
when he rolled. With the replacement freedom panels I got from one of the people on the trail, they've been working out pretty well. I just want to paint them to match the rest of the top now. Randy's gonna have a paint project in the garage in a minute here.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to all the Instagram posts.
I'm looking forward to my house being full of paint fumes. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, I've been testing out how much those paint room things that you put on the. Yeah, I've already been figuring out if I want to rent one or if I want to just buy one from Amazon. Huh?
Temu. No.
Yeah, I've seen them on there too.
That's the kind of cheap crap that's the perfect place to buy it. You don't have to pay full price for it. It's the same shit you buy on Amazon.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see what I want to get there. I haven't decided if I'm gonna build the room or if I'm gonna I have a lot of paint projects. I used to paint a lot, And so I like to, and I do a lot of like resin and things like that. So I like to have a room that's like clean. So I think, yeah, Temu is probably my best bet.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I bet you Bleepin' Jeep got that paint tent off of Temu. He's cheap,
either that or
he's cheap as
Wish.com.
shit, man. He probably, or Wish. He did not pay full price for that.
He didn't pay. He doesn't pay full price for anything.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that.
Anyway.
All right, Ryan, did you break
Mucho
anything this
respect,
week?
though. Mucho respect.
I was a mall crawler this weekend. I went to a Jeep show to raise money for a local charity, and that's about all I did. This whole month for me is slam packed. I'm on a trip this week overseas for a while, so yeah, my Jeep is gonna sit for about the month of what month? May? What are we in? May. May. Yeah, we're in May.
May.
Yeah, it's gonna
Allegedly.
sit for pretty much the month of May.
You're
Unfortunately,
going to develop a Twitch.
I probably will. And of course, Memorial Day weekend is a family weekend, so as much as I tried to get everybody to go to Uwharrie or Knoxville, didn't happen.
Nobody bit.
So, because anytime I suggest going anywhere, everybody's like, "Oh, he just wants to go four-wheeler." Like, yes, I'll take you
What
guys.
you need
with me.
so what you need to start doing is suggesting. You need to find a cohort, someone that you can make suggestions through. So you got to sell that person on other reasons
That's
to
right.
do that, and then have them advocate for that location so that your name is out of it.
That person needs to be a part of my family, though. So,
well, that part I can't
I
help
need
you
to
with.
figure that out. And so nobody bid on that deal. So maybe June at 100 degrees, we'll go find a trail and see what happens.
And those terribly inefficient air conditioners. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That sounds
I'm
like
so
a plan,
excited
man.
to hear about your first camping trip with Desiree.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
All right, break
How
it down,
was it?
Alyssa.
Sure. Didn't break anything because we just really camped. Yeah. Yay. I was like a whole day behind packing and prepping and everything. But I finally got out there and we just did 2 roads. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember the first one I went to. Oh, it was somewhere like off of the north of Moab, that highway you take to go to Canyonlands. I remember the turnoff. You turn off where the dinosaur exhibit thing is. Yeah.
Oh, Gemini Bridges.
Yep.
Yeah, Gemini Bridges. Yeah. We were off there for camping the first night, which was a really good spot that they picked.
So pretty up there.
It was really pretty. Yeah. And they picked a spot where it was just a lot of red rock, obviously, but like a lot of like Sedona-y, like flat, no cliffs or anything near us. So the dogs could run around. But the rocks had kind of like stacked so they could go up the rocks and down the rocks. And there were 4 other dogs out there, and one was 8 months old, and then the others were like a few years older. So they all like taught Ezra, like, follow us and like let's eat sticks and don't eat rocks and like stay nearby, and when they call you, you go back. And so yeah, he did that, ran around. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the second night we were near the Needles Overlook. We took that road and then like we did a little turn off, and that one had like the view of Canyonlands, and we could see the Colorado River and all the mountains and like buttes and stuff in the background. It was really pretty. And yeah, he did good. He grew during the trip. He grows every day, and like I can see it. But it was really funny listening to them like the next day be like, "Oh, he grew overnight." I was like, "Yeah, it's a thing." Like I'm
He's
glad
in
it comes
that
with
place
me.
where he just
He does
starts.
that.
He's visibly growing if you just watch. Yeah.
Yeah, even after like nap time sometimes. I'm like, you grew in 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, but he did so good with them, and now I'm excited to take him out more. And yeah, he
How did he
slept
like
the
being in the
entire
truck?
next day. Oh, he did so good. He slept most of the time, to the point where I didn't know what to do when it was his lunchtime, or like when we had been driving for 4-ish hours, and I realized he didn't ask to use the bathroom. I was like, do I wake him or do I just keep going? So I just kept going, and he did
Just keep
good.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time he would sleep. Like he would stretch himself and sleep on the center console, and he either had his nose on me or his paw on me or something. And then sometimes he would go in the back, and then he would come back to me. But he like slept, and on the trails, like I went a little rougher on the trail to see what he would do, and he was just chilling. He was either next to me looking out the front window, or he was in the back seat looking out the side window. And he
That's
was
awesome.
good.
Very
Makes
So
me so happy.
yeah, he didn't throw up. That's all I. He didn't throw up and he
That's
didn't cry. So all I asked for. It was like I don't
No
I
care
had a
cleanup,
few
if
no
you
moments with
poop in the
Hades the first
car.
time I had him out. Yeah. Throw
You
up and poop. Yeah, it was good times.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, and
now
I
you
was
got
like,
poop in your back seat.
Yeah. That's not the first time that Jeep has seen shit in the back seat, though. So it happens. I've told you that story, right?
I don't think
I don't
so.
remember.
Oh Lord. All right. All right. It's a quick sidebar.
We got time.
So
Might as well tell it.
I know it's not. I don't have a schedule to keep for anybody. So in 2018, I had a seizure, and I was driving at the time I had that seizure. And I'm not prone to seizures. I've never had a seizure before. Never had a seizure since. It was all because of medication that I was on that I had stopped taking because we had been camping and I had forgotten. And we were on our way home, and something triggered this seizure. And at the time, we had a golden retriever and a 110-pound Saint Bernard Black Lab mix, who was scared at his own shadow. And obviously, when you're so Jen, who's a rock star in this moment, reaches over, grabs the steering wheel, and because I'm doing 45 miles an hour down a side road, and she manages to bring it to a stop. But in all of this chaos, the dogs are flying around in the back seat and they're freaking out. And there's some damage to the Jeep later, and the guy calls me from the shop to tell me what the damages are, and he runs down the list and he goes, and there's a speaker in the back. And I'm like, yeah, the subwoofer. And when I had sent it to him, I kind of knew there was going to have to be one of two things. They were either going to have to do a cleaning job, or what they ended up doing. The dog was so scared that he literally shit in the back of the Jeep and then stomped it into the subwoofer. And if you're not familiar with the JKs, but the subwoofers they face up. It's just a giant collection dish. It's the dumbest fucking design. There you go, Pope. I broke the seal. It's the dumbest design. And because it collects, every year I have to go in there with a thing and just clean out pine needles. It's stupid. And in this instance, the guy from the shop calls and he goes, so yeah, about the subwoofer, he's like, I'm going to replace that. I'm like, that's a good idea. Like, that's just better than fishing that out. It's better than doing all
having
that.
a shitty speaker, right?
Better than
God.
having a shitty speaker. So yeah, no, when Hades was real young, he didn't really know how to ask yet, and I got out of the Jeep to go get something, and I came back and I was like, and yeah, but that one he didn't smush into the ground. I felt really bad about that one. But anyway, so Alyssa, how big is he now? How big is Ezra? Do we have a weight?
I haven't weighed him. I don't have a scale here, but I can show you. Come here, dude. He just ate his peanut butter.
The weekly bear update.
Yes. Come here, bear.
He's so cute. I literally go to your page just so I could see him.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge. He's getting
Oh my
so.
God.
Oh,
Okay,
he
here.
makes me
Velociraptor.
want one so
Chair.
bad.
Sit on the chair, but not on the. But not on the
How
counter.
does he do with the
He is
heat?
not
Does he
snuggling.
really have a hard time with the heat, or how do you keep him cool?
So I don't know. It's only hit the 90s here. He just kind of stays inside with me. When we went camping, he would stay in the shade. He
Okay.
found shaded spots on his own. He'd go under the truck or by a bush. Hi, dude. See? You're
Do you
so
have a
jumpy
cooling mat?
now. So jumpy.
He's-
Not
Yeah,
yet.
what was the
I want to buy
Arden
one
said?
though.
Cooling mats and
I love
water
the cooling
in
mats. They all of the dogs like lay on the cooling mat so much.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to
The
buy
other thing,
one.
Arden said
And the paws.
something for them to put their paws in, water to put their paws in, cool water.
Oh yeah. I've seen
That was
those.
the one thing I took from that thing was put your dog's paws in the water and not like worry about all the other things. Like
Oh.
just put their paws in.
How interesting. Alyssa didn't have a dog yet when we did that episode.
Yeah, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
We should
Oh,
have her
yeah,
come back
no.
again though.
We should
She
have her
was
come back.
wonderful.
Yeah, she was
another
fun. We should have her
person
come
that I would
back.
love to have her come back.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
gotta set her up. Yeah. She it was really cool, and I think I think the cool thing about it was I don't think she kind of knew what to expect from us. Like I feel like we're the first kind of people to reach out for her on that kind of level for like off roading. So it's kind of cool. I think hopefully she'll have more stuff for us next
He's
time.
just so.
He
Awesome.
is.
Yeah,
Well, and I
Alright,
love
cool.
German Shepherds
Well,
so
you-
much. I
you
know a
keep-
few German Shepherds, and like
Yep.
my older
Mhm.
dog Loki, his
Okay.
best friend was a German Shepherd, and so like I've always just had a
Yes,
huge
like, I'm not a
place
fast
in my
dog.
heart for them.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
My in-laws they always have a German Shepherd.
They're wonderful
This one
dogs.
howls
They're
like a
cool.
monkey.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell like he wants to work. He's always next to me and he always wants to do like a task. Not like get into things, but I don't know how to describe it. Like he wants to do things for me, which is like really cool. So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
hoping.
Lean into it.
Do you do snuffle
Yeah,
mats
lean
and
into
things
it
like
while they're
that?
young.
And like do you do snuffle mats and things like that for them?
Not yet. I've seen those and I think those are like I want to try one with him. I bought him a puzzle, but I'm nervous to start puzzles because if he starts getting them this early, I'm gonna run out of puzzles for him to do when he's like 6 months. I don't know, but
This
when
is really, really, really smart. So I have to stimulate him mentally, like
yeah,
in certain ways. And so the snuffle mats are kind of cool if you go on like Amazon. They like
Mhm.
have like giant ones and you can hide things in there like really tight. And I crumble the treats up super, super, super tiny. So
Uh-huh.
he has to go through every little nook and cranny to get it out. But it gives him like something like
it's
a
a task.
hour-long
Yeah.
walk or even
Mhm.
playing ball doesn't get him tired. It's like he has to think really hard, like
Mhm.
for right before bed, or he's like got the dogs that need the zoomies and things like that, but like
Mhm.
mentally it like stimulates him. Anyway, I really like
Mhm.
our snuffle mats for the puppies.
That's cool.
I saw you
they're
were
good.
using the lick
The
mats
lick.
while you were bathing him, while you were bathing him.
And it's that
Yeah.
same kind of concept, getting
just
all the
gave
nooks
him-
and crannies out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's been working on this whole time we've been talking. Yeah. I got
Yeah,
This
so
one.
if he likes
Yes.
those, he would love the snuffle
They're
mats.
fun.
And the
Yeah, he'll
snuffle
love
mats,
it.
I
Yeah.
take them up, and it might take me
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes to like really, truly hide. Like I cut the treats up into the tiniest morsels, and I
Mhm.
spend the time doing it because he'll spend hours like trying to like get
Yeah.
those pieces out. They're kind of nice.
Okay. That's cool. Okay, yeah, that's reassuring then. Because I'd seen them and I was like, I don't know if he's too young for it or I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about it, but okay. I'll go.
Moose
I've
can
seen
fly
him.
through a puzzle in 2 seconds. He can figure it
Yeah.
out. Like when he gets a new
Yeah.
puzzle, it takes him a while. But the moment he
Mhm.
figures it out, he's like, "Oh, push the button, turn the thing, do the whatever." He like, boom,
Yeah.
done. I
So-
could do it in
Yeah,
5
I hate to
seconds.
tell you, if he's gonna figure it out right away, he's gonna figure it out right away. So
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have a question, Alyssa. Knowing what
Mhm.
you know about building in a social media page, an Instagram page, have you thought about making a page for Ezra?
Oh, you didn't hear that, but I he like jumped up like, yes.
Yes, I heard my name.
I'm
He's
in.
like, page for me. Page for you.
Ezra wants an OnlyFans too.
I think everybody should be on
Ezra
the same
Sam.
page. Like I think that us doing our Jeep thing together,
Randy
like
thinks
if-
everybody
and then
should be
our
on
dogs are on there.
OnlyFans.
No,
Yeah.
I think that Ezra.
Yeah,
should
you guys should all be on our
your
OnlyFans.
page, part of your page. Doesn't that feel like a lot of work to have 2 pages?
Yeah.
That's my
What's
thought
really
process.
funny is people, what if people look for our OnlyFans?
It's an off-road dog. It's part of your other page, or do you feel like you have to?
Yeah, do you feel like you have to? or is he just like a character on your regular page?
Who, me? Like if I have
Yeah.
to make one for him? So honestly, like when I got him, I was like 100% not making a page. Like I have negative interest in doing another page. Like no. And then like this past week, actually the last few weeks, because I've had some other people be like, oh, you should make a like Ezra's adventure page because dogs do really well and then you can get paid for it. And I was like, oh, making money, okay. But I was still like, you have to put so much work in. And I was like, no, I don't care.
Yeah, I think
And then
that's
this past week,
Go ahead.
I was
I
gonna
was
say
gonna
like this past, oh, sorry, I don't know who said good.
go for it.
Okay. We talked about it again, but I was talking about it with like the off-road friends and they were like, just do it for fun. Just people can follow him specifically and like do it for fun. And I was like, okay, maybe. So now I'm on like that. Maybe I should, maybe I could. I don't
That's
know.
how this all started. Just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Yeah.
if nothing
I
else, it
also
gives you a place to
think
post all those
that-
pictures you made.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
isn't like your page like I feel like the people who have like multiple pages, you put like your effort towards like one page more than another page.
Right.
Why not make
Mhm.
it part of your page? Like it's
Right.
even on your thing. It's like Ezra, the like Tacoma dog or whatever you want to say about him, or
Yeah,
like
like
the bear
I
that
put
follows me
way
around.
less effort into my own page than I put into Gem and the Mystic.
Hey, and I just have my personal page because like I don't do our Jeep page. And I don't really post a lot of Jeeping stuff on my personal page. It's more just like me following everybody and being able to comment on the people that I know and like and things like that. I'm just not into it.
Well, I
But
think
this is
I
my
think-
2 cents, but I think Ezra should just be part of your page and then you can put all your efforts. You can have as much dog stuff and as much you don't
that's
have
what
to
I did
do
with
as
Hades,
much
yeah.
on your page. It
Right.
kind of opens up your page to do like less content of your Tacoma and like
Well, I
less
think that's-
content of Ezra, and you can like
Should we
mix it
see if
together.
you're
and you
right?
have
Should
way
we do an
more.
experiment on our page and do Moose?
Well, Moose is on our page all the time, but he hasn't
Yeah.
been off road so long. Like,
I was gonna say, I think that's the big question in content creation is like, what is your market that you're going for, and because we all have multifaceted things that we do besides four wheeling or
Mhm.
off road or anything like that. So how do you tie that into
Yeah.
what you're doing, or do you create
Right.
something new?
but don't you think that it makes one page have more markets, like the dog
I
market that
agree.
wants to find out about the off-roading market? Like they may not like the off-roading market, but they love seeing Ezra on his adventures on your page. Do you know what I
but
mean?
if you
Right.
I
talk
think
all
it brings
the
more people to your
Yeah.
page.
I
You
mean,
talked-
I agree with you. I think the more you can expand your own
It makes you more
market,
interesting.
yeah. I agree.
But it has to.
Mhm.
It still has to fit within your niche, though, because it
Right.
wouldn't make sense for JD and I to do jokes about IT or jokes about software engineering.
You do it all the time.
Right.
But I don't do it on our.
we
I
don't do it on
Gem
our
and the Misfit,
pages,
right?
really. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like so I do it on the Pope page, but I don't like go out of my way to be a software engineer on Gem and the Misfit. Like it wouldn't make sense for me to be like, oh, I'm working on this fucking
Yeah,
Python script and it pisses me off today, or like
right, but that's not anything. But Ezra is part of her experience.
right.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying is that's where it fits within the niche. Like Moose and Dottie fit within our niche that we could actually post them and get away with it. Whereas if I posted a picture of my computer where I'm writing code, or if I tried to copy like some of these there are really good computer engineer influencers,
Right, but that's different.
but I am not that. I could, because like that's not who I want to be identified as. I want to be, you know what I mean?
But I think that you can hit all these different markets and actually bring some people from the dog market into the off-road experience.
Right, that part
Which I
works
think is so good.
100%. You're right.
Just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, Alyssa, because I know nothing about social media.
No,
and
but she's right, because
Just
I'll
have
tell
an
you, like,
opinion.
so I run my page
Yeah.
and then the Trailhead page for our Instagram page. And as much as I would love to put more effort into the Trailhead page, like I've only got so much bandwidth sometimes, even mentally, just so much bandwidth, and I only do the one
Yeah.
show, the one account.
Yeah, and half the time I
Mhm.
forget that we're doing a podcast until Monday. And then I'm like, oh shit, we should promote that we do a podcast once in a while.
Trust me, I'm the guy doing all the
And-
editing, and I get to the end of it, I'm just like, oh, I'm all done. I don't want to do clips now. Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. I'm trying.
Yeah, I know. But it's just really funny because like one of our friends is like, wait, you guys are on a podcast? I'm like, yeah, we have been since October. Where have you been? I don't even know if my mom and dad or my family
I don't think
anyone in our family even knows we do a podcast.
Well, they don't know a lot about our off-road life.
Well,
I know
do
they
have-
they don't
really
have to listen, but tell them to open up their Apple or their Spotify and subscribe to it,
Just
and then just
subscribe.
download.
Yeah.
Just download
Just
episodes.
subscribe and
Click
Yeah.
the
support us.
button.
Yeah.
Like my Instagram post once in a while. Just click
Yeah.
the heart.
hmm
But it's just really interesting. Like, I just think, like, I mean, like, people have, like, multiple Jeeps and multiple accounts, and, like, Hologram can,
Yeah,
like,
just-
show up on our page every once in a while.
Yeah,
when Hologram
like, I
does
could
something
never do a
cool. But
hologram
Hologram
page.
doesn't do a lot of cool things, so he shouldn't show up on our page. But what he does, the people who like Hologram get excited.
There's a lot of two-door JL fans and red Jeep fans.
Red
and so-
Jeep and Tudor door.
Oh, speaking of yellow Jeeps, did you see that story?
I
sent
did.
you
I need
today?
to watch the whole thing now. Was it the roast of Tom Brady? Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, the roast of Tom Brady.
Oh,
They
geez.
roasted Tom Brady because Tom Brady drove a yellow
And
Jeep.
they roasted. They had a good time with it. So yeah,
Yeah, it was
That's
a yellow
I-
fucking.
I did
Jeep.
not
It's
get the
really
clip.
good audio for you to probably steal.
I will. I'll pull the clip for next week. There you go. I made a note to myself.
Yeah.
I,
Pull the clip and make it an audio.
Oh yeah, I want to do that.
So, Alyssa, do whatever you want, but I think you should have Ezra on your regular page all the time.
yeah.
Just say all the time.
Because it makes my heart happy.
And Ryan agrees.
Oh, thank you.
I agree.
All right.
I think it's a
I
smart
actually
move.
agree
I
with
think
that
it's-
too.
They
I do
should
too.
be sending you dog toys and coffee at the same time.
Yeah,
like
dog
you
toys,
can.
coffee, and Jeep parts
And Jeep
all
parts.
at once.
All at once.
Oh, wait,
And
you're
Jeep
not a Jeep.
parts.
Toyota and
And
Toyota
Jeep
parts.
parts.
Think about it. You
We'll
have to
forward them
spend
to
all
Utah.
this time
Yeah.
twice. Like, you have to, like, do all the crap twice. Wouldn't you rather just have
Yeah.
one place that you do all the crap? And Ezra is your cutest upgrade of all.
There is
Yeah.
that. Plus,
My cutest mod.
there you also have
Yes.
like, I mean, there are some parts too. Like, you still have to figure out how to get him into the truck when he gets bigger, and the rest of that. I think those are
Mhm.
all those are important parts of
How is
your
the tent
story.
and all that?
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that went well. So there's two methods that we played with. So I did the steps that I don't know, you can buy them from iCamper. And they go into the rooftop tent ladder. So it looks like
Mhm.
actual steps. But there's no gaps. So it feels safer. So I put those on and I wasn't sure if he would get it. And I think he understands like the concept of like, oh, I go up the stairs, but he's only 3.5
Do you
months.
have stairs at home?
No, no, I don't. I have so I grew up with stairs and whatever, like 2-story house. And I always was like, I'm going to have a house with like 2 levels and stairs
Stairs
everywhere.
are
And I love
overrated.
stairs.
Yeah.
And then the amputations happened and I was like, nope, we are having a flat house. Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
You
So no
have
more stairs.
legit reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing leg day every day. Yeah. But no, we stopped in Flagstaff on the way up just to cut the drive down because I was so behind. And we stayed at my friend's house and she had stairs. And I think it was his first time doing stairs because he went up okay, but going down, he was not having it. So I had to put him on my lap and I like scooted down on my butt. And then he finally got it. And he was like, oh, I can do this on my own, lady. And did it just fine. That was his
Cute.
first stairs, and then the iCamper steps. He would move his front paws until he was like stretched out all the way. And I was like, oh, bud, we got to do like your back feet. So I'd pull his like back feet up on the ladder, but he wouldn't move his butt, so he would just like go back. I have to catch him. So I was like, but you're not. The brain to legs to butt is not like.
That's amazing.
So the ladder is going to take time. But then we did a second option and I bought a hallway runner from Costco and it's like a 7-foot runner. I think I said runner. I don't know if I said ladder or runner. I
heard
got
runner.
myself. Okay, good. 7-foot runner.
I like that better.
And I put it on my truck hood up my windshield to the Tacoma roof. And it took him a few minutes, and he finally was brave enough to go up the windshield kind of ramp part. And his nails were like gripping the carpet, so he was able to get up. And then once he was on the roof, I was like, all right, bud, like through the window, through the side window. And he was nervous for maybe a minute, and then he finally did it. And then, hey, and then we played with that for like maybe 15 minutes. And before I knew it, he was like running down the carpet, then running up and like going over the roof rack, and then like jumping into the tent. And then he like
So how
stayed
do
in
you
the
get
tent.
him on the hood?
I lifted him.
Okay.
So, and then that's it. So I got him on. It's probably
So
going
what
to
you're
only
saying
last
is
one
that's
more
going to
month.
last. That's going to last
One
about
more
a
month.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
A week longer, like one more trip. That's it.
And then he's going to jump
We'll
right
see.
on there and jump right up there. I
I'm
guarantee it.
hoping. I'm hoping if I get
He's
some
huge.
type
He's
of
going to be like,
step
I'll get up there,
tool.
Mom. Don't worry about it. I know it's hard for you.
Yeah.
Like, German Shepherds have like a sense about their human, and he's going to want to like protect and take care of you. And he's going to be like,
You'll get the stairs.
no worries. You don't got to pick me up anymore. Bye.
You'll get the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Hades got the stairs.
Yeah.
Hades was 6 months
I'm
old. He had
hoping.
never
And
seen
the
a set of
stairs.
stairs before. So it was a rough couple days
Mm-hmm.
in a split level.
Yeah. Yeah. We tried. So
The
I'm
turf
Yeah,
hoping
but German
there's
Shepherds,
both
you turn it into a
options.
game, and they're like, okay, I'll figure it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, make it a puzzle for him, and he'll get it.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Yeah, the turf
Yeah.
idea was next level out of the box. That's pretty good thinking there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
I
thought of
like
it.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're still experimenting. He can, okay, and I know he can get into the rooftop tent and everything. It's like getting him down to the ground that even with the runner part, when he got to the hood, I'd be like, all right, but let me take you down. And he'd be like, no, don't pick me up.
Yeah.
Great.
They're still German
So,
Shepherds. They don't like to be picked up. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he wants to, like, getting into the truck. He's like, I want to get in the truck. I'm like, okay, let me scoop you. And he's like, no, don't scoop me. He's like, but I want to get in the truck, but don't scoop me. I'm like, bro, there's no other way into the truck.
Bro.
Yeah.
One month, and he's going to be able to scale your truck. He's huge.
I gotta give you my earphone so you can hear that. You gotta scale
His
the truck.
head is the size of your head.
Like for real though.
I know.
His head is the size of your head. Like when he came up on the screen, he's huge. I love him.
Yeah.
Is he over 40 pounds yet?
Oh God.
We don't have a
he's
scale.
gotta be close.
Yeah.
So his last vet appointment, he was 30 pounds, and that was like 2.5 weeks ago. He gets his shots
40 for sure.
He gets his next shots next Tuesday. So we'll get weighed there. Oh, and I think you told me I can go to PetSmart and just weigh him anytime.
PetSmart, Petco, any one of those.
He still needs one more round.
All right, nice.
Yeah. But after that, we can start weighing you at PetSmart.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been good.
I figured out what my horn problem is.
What's that?
Clock spring. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. I don't know why it suddenly dawned on me while I was driving the other day, and because if you guys remember when I got it back, I didn't complain, but I'd said that the steering was real tight. It was too tight, and I think that was just it was starting to fail then, and then the horn, and now buttons. So appointment next week to get that replaced because I don't want to do that myself because I don't want to screw with the airbag. So plus it's warranted.
I don't blame you on that one.
I will tell you it's a job that's really not that difficult.
No, but it it requires enough moving parts, and plus I want them to take a look at the transmission again, just to make sure that it.
And you're still under warranty, right?
Yeah. So speaking of lifetime Mopar warranty, you Mopar warranty extenders out there, pay real close attention to your lift and tire sizes that you can go up to. I happen to know somebody that got recently burned because they purchased an extended warranty, they grenaded the engine, and Mopar denied it because they put a 3-inch lift and I think 37-inch tires on their Jeep. And so they changed the gearing.
Wow. Do you think Mopar wasn't happy with my 42s?
I think they would have definitely said no to any kind of a claim. I tell you that right now.
Hey, I was really
Oh, they
excited.
did. They said
I was
no.
really excited. 3 months ago, I got an email that said my clock spring on my JK was in recall. I was like, sweet, I've changed it like 4 times, but if you want to change it again, no problem, I'll bring it to you, buddy.
Seriously.
I got the best email in the world. We're totaling your Jeep. I didn't know at the moment that it was the best email in the world, but
good.
If you get, we're totaling you, like, just be okay with it. Don't cry, don't nothing.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
You can off-road the shit out of it now.
Show me the money.
True story, though.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Now we're just gonna do like
it just seems like there's like I'm trying to find what the catch is.
I want to know what the real like. I feel like there should be something that's.
Well, the catch is the next time you go to file for insurance, your premiums are going to go through the roof.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's the catch.
I don't want to talk about that, Brian.
Only.
I don't want to talk about that.
So we're doing. Well, no, we're going to do liability only on Jem because the only other thing that I would like worry about is her engine, and we'll just get an engine in her. You know what I mean?
Well, the downside is how many Jeeps you have?
3, but only the hologram is not going to end up like this.
No, but the challenge if you guys are all in the same. I mean, honestly, the business is if you guys are all in the same insurance, all your other policies are going to go through the roof.
Well, this is the thing that's great about it is like
back.
we have accident forgiveness. So this is the thing. We have accident forgiveness and I haven't been in an accident. So they're forgiving me for this accident.
Nice.
And then if I fuck up again, then we're screwed. But I have accident forgiveness. And they're like, okay, we're just going to pretend like this one didn't
our
happen,
rates,
but next time
they're going to figure out a way to make our rates go up.
No, but I think it's pretty awesome. Like
they'll tell you that, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you live in Utah, and now the cost of insurance in Utah went up 40%.
I have business insurance in the business for, I think, 10 years plus, no claims. One claim on a broken water heater drop.
Really?
And I was hunting for commercial insurance.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of happens.
The joy is you have a roll cage coming, and it's going to be rainbow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be rainbow.
And yeah, and
you just got a party on your screen. I don't know what that was from. Somebody said
put your thumb up again, Ryan. I have a feeling that's probably that.
Do I get?
I don't know
what that makes it.
But I want you to keep trying for the rest of the show. I want you to keep trying.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep doing hand signals until something happens.
Oh, that's amazing.
This should go downhill real quick.
Isn't already gone downhill?
Is there a Macarena option?
Is there a Macarena option?
I don't know.
All right.
What the heck was that?
Well, yeah.
You see.
How come I got the rainbow colored balloons? Wasn't that's?
I don't know, but I should get rainbow colored balloons because I'm.
Yes.
I don't know.
I agree.
Dude, are you so excited to see her cage? Because I am. I'm going to pee myself. Like, I'm so excited to see her cage.
Like, that cage looked awesome on Hooligan. It did. It looked amazing.
Get her soul of, like, being a badass into my cage before I get to drive her. Like, I'm so excited to have a little piece of Hunter's badassness inside of me. If you've ever met Hunter, okay, like, this is the thing. She is like tiny little thing in this 392, and she's freaking on Pritchett Canyon, just gassing it up everything. And like, all you have to do is tell her, like, so Dan is the owner of Motobilt, Hunter is his wife, and I literally watched somebody say, "Well, Dan did it," and she's like, "I got it." She is such a badass, like, cool little woman that I'm excited to have a little piece of her on me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had a big week this week. So buying out cart. It's like
Something crazy.
What was he breathing?
Yeah, I think he was growling, so he didn't. I don't think he liked Ryan.
What?
Did he hear Ryan? I think he heard Ryan.
He's like, "You want to go, buddy? You want to go to the show? Is that what you want? You're still 3 weeks,
dog
man. I
barked
can
at him.
take you." No. What was he doing?
He was just scratching.
Oh,
Oh,
He was leaning against the glass door and he started scratching, but then he his butt rotated because he was scratching, then his back leg started hitting the window. I'm so sorry. I wasn't fast enough to mute the microphone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So before he shook the house down, I'd say Motorbill had a big week buying out carbon or axles. Did you see that
They
post?
bought out
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Really?
they bought an axle
Bought
manufacturer.
carbon.
Oh.
I don't know
Yeah.
enough about it, but I.
Oh, is that our news article?
No, we had 2 news articles.
No.
We never got there. Do you want to do one of them real quick?
I can't believe what time
Yeah, I
it is
know.
already.
We're never
We've just
gonna
been-
get to a topic. So
Sorry.
because we still have voicemail. We still
Oh.
You pull that up.
Well,
Let's
let's
run Nathan's voicemail.
Let's run
Excuse
through
me.
the business.
Let's
yeah.
run our unpaid interns
Let's run
voicemail.
Nathan's
Yes,
voicemail.
hang on.
What are you?
God, you're
I'm
more
looking at
annoying
this
than a
news.
creative voicemail message.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep.
Joe is on a vacation far away.
Yo, 148, 3 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9, representing the ABQ.
Oh, shit.
Hey, it's Nathan. I was thinking about something today and wanted to get y'all's thoughts on it. So there's been this rumor for years and years, it seems like at this point, that, one of these days Jeep is going to come out with the quote-unquote mini Jeep. Basically a Wrangler-style vehicle, but something along the size of, the YJ, TJ, something like that, since the Wranglers are substantially larger now than they used to be. Personally, I don't see why they wouldn't. To me, it feels like a good vehicle to get people in. Now that Wranglers and stuff are so expensive, if you can make a smaller Jeep, let's say something along the size of the Suzuki Jimny, which I kind of really like. Unfortunately, it's not available anywhere in the U.S. But if you can make that small Wrangler, maybe even, in my opinion, replace the Renegade, call it the Renegade, and make the roof and doors come off, solid axles under it. But if you could hit like that $20,000 entry level price, I don't think from a manufacturing standpoint that they'd be able to produce them fast enough to sell them. Like when my kid needed a vehicle, I would have bought one of those for her first car, brand new. I think that'd be a perfect starting point for anybody that wanted that type of SUV. Doesn't need to be as big as the normal Jeep, especially for off-road rigs on trails and stuff. I think something along that lines would be a perfect vehicle. That's my thoughts, at least. Can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. Thanks.
I think that they should, but that was a concept.
Yeah.
They usually get us all excited about concepts, and then they get your dreams and hopes and whatever up, and then they just don't do it.
If they were going to build a TJ type thing, you build an LJ. If you build a CJ type thing,
Have you guys seen the Mahindra Thar?
you gotta. Yeah, I've seen the Mahindras.
that?
Not a lot of people know about those. It's
So I've wanted a Mahindra for a while, but I wanted the 4-door, 4-liter
What is
diesel
it?
that they have.
It's an
diesel truck.
Indian ripoff
Yep.
of a Jeep Wrangler.
It's a $20,000 Jeep,
Yeah,
essentially.
They've had a
$20,000
diesel truck.
Jeep.
They've had a diesel truck in other countries for years, and I would love the heck out of that little truck.
They style them to look like a Jeep Wrangler, but they're more their size is more similar to a side by side, or maybe even like
Yeah,
a
somewhere
CJ5
between
or
a
something
side by
like that.
side and a Jeep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here's the real problem.
Like a toy.
I mean,
Like a Suzuki.
what
Mhm.
kills Mahindra from, if I say it right, from coming to the U.S. is really the DOT.
Oh, I wouldn't want to
don't
drive
want it.
one of these things
They
on a
don't-
highway.
No, they don't want it. It passes none of the tests.
That's cute.
It does nothing.
I
And I don't think
There was a
Jeep-
really cool one
They're
in
pretty cute.
Utah for about $25,000.
Yeah.
sale that someone had built up.
They
really
got sued
nice.
over this one.
But
A Mahindra,
Yeah.
right? A Mahindra?
What? That was sued?
Yeah,
What did
Mahindra,
Yeah, this was the old style.
I didn't think they were allowed. I didn't think they were allowed in the country at all.
I'm not. It was listed under rock crawler, so I'm not sure exactly how they imported this thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably under some
Yeah.
sort of a yeah.
They're hard to get, that's for
See,
sure.
I think a cute little Suzuki would
I
be
love
fun.
a Jimny.
Yeah, I don't
If
think.
we buy old, we're buying a Gladiator. We want an old Gladiator, so
Yeah, give me an old
I mean, I don't think-
Gladiator 67.
One, I don't think Jeep's going to do it because the price point and their revenue off a $20,000 vehicle is not going to be much,
And that's the problem.
and it's not worth.
I mean,
and it's
they
not
would
worth
have
it.
to use garbage for parts to
Yeah,
make
and
it
it would
that
be
cheap.
crap.
Yeah.
Like, you think Dana 30s are shit? Imagine what they do with the Dana 10 on that thing to make it 20 grand.
Yeah, I mean that's what
Like-
they'll have to do to make it at that price
Like,
point.
we made the Dana 44 in aluminum. Or something, some
Yeah.
stupid shit like that.
It's lighter
and
though.
it won't pass. But it won't pass any crash test to ever get approved.
No.
It will. It just
No.
won't do it. It's just not going to happen. I mean, they can
No.
throw those concepts off
Like-
all they want. It's-
In 2024 money, $20,000 is practically free in terms of a
Nothing.
car.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
not wrong though. I looked at new Jeeps when we went through this exercise a few months ago. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
see, but
Well,
if they made it like the price of a stock LJ, but made it like smaller, like you could do it for like 35.
Make it the price of the Can-Am stuff and make it awesome.
A cute little.
well, the
I don't know.
Sahara, like that used to be
But they're never
an
gonna do
affordable
it
trim.
because your
It's not an
dreams-
affordable
yeah.
trim anymore. Like it's just,
Yeah.
Jeeps are just not
No.
affordable anymore, and that's just speaking as a person who can
And let's
barely
be honest,
afford
it's
one
a
himself.
useless trim.
well, I was going to say, if you're going
Well,
to
you
pay
might as well just buy a
$40,000
used one.
for something, why in God's name would I sell it you for 20?
Yeah.
Like, I
Mhm.
mean, it's just
Why would I buy a new Jeep Wrangler? Okay, we did it.
because you did.
I'm just saying. I
You've learned
did.
your lesson.
I did.
sometimes
Her perspective
sometimes
is
you
so
gotta go
changed
through
all of a
life
sudden.
and figure things out.
Has changed. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna rock crawl it, like, but we didn't know that we were gonna rock crawl our
Right.
Jeeps.
But if you're going to, just fucking
But
total
if
it.
you're going to buy somebody else's problem and fix it, like,
Yeah.
you just might as well not waste your fucking money
No, I
on a
agree.
brand new Jeep Wrangler. Just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, if you ever
But
ask me, I'll tell you no.
didn't
Don't
know
do
that.
it.
Like, if you asked me 4 years ago, I'd have said, "Shut your face. I'm doing what
Yep.
I want." It's okay. Everybody goes through the process, but if I could tell anybody anything, don't do that.
Well, that
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
We
that's-
Lissa said that's why she didn't buy another JLUR. She went to the 06 LJ.
That was my
Perfect
dilemma
reason.
in buying. That was my dilemma in buying this thing because, of course, the old adage "built, not bought" gagged me. You know,
everybody
could've gone
buys
and
it
bought
at
a new
first.
one and-
You can't build it if you haven't bought
Right,
the damn thing.
yeah.
We'll talk about that another night.
so
Yeah.
so I bought this built, but I guarantee it wasn't built because what I use it for is different than what the guy before me
Right.
used it for, and yeah, I mean, at least it gave me a platform to work off. This is an '08, so I'm not worrying about all the computer junk and all that other stuff. So
We would
It's-
recommend to anybody buy it built and then
Fix
go
their
and
shit.
go wheel
Yeah.
it and figure out what you need to change from there.
yep,
Yeah.
That's where we would
Agreed.
start.
Starter.
We
If I did it over again, I would totally like. I mean,
but now
You
we're
would
not overlanding, right?
totally-
We're
We're
rock
not.
crawling and beating the shit out of
Yeah.
stuff.
if
Now,
you're
if I was overlanding, I'd buy
I
a
would
brand
want
new
something a
Gladiator
little more.
or a brand new.
So
Tacoma.
that's why I bought my Jeep new, and I would do that again. But I bought it new with that Mopar warranty. I don't know if I would do that again. Brand new. I might with some sort of an extended warranty, but that Mopar warranty is what really sold it
Yeah.
for a new vehicle for me.
I would just
Well,
never
if
build
if
a
you
rock
knew you-
crawler out of a
Right.
brand new
Yes.
Jeep again.
I
I
was
wouldn't
gonna say,
recommend it.
if you knew you were going out and doing, you know, Moab every weekend or Sand Hollow every weekend, then I guarantee you wouldn't have bought that thing.
No, but I
Yeah.
that was because that was my first lesson in what we've talked about before on the show,
I wouldn't have bought a Gladiator
right?
either.
Which is
Yeah, but you love
wheel
your
before
Gladiator.
you start
Don't ever
upgrading.
say
Yeah.
that.
I love my Gladiator.
We
But-
will always be Gladiator.
Pope,
I love my Gladiator,
have you
but I
bobbed
would
the
have.
back end of yours or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you did or not.
Yep.
It's got the motor
Hey,
built now.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I need to cut the front
Speaking
frame
of,
too.
did you see that guy
Yeah.
who posted? I saw the Instagram. It came across my feed. He was in. I think he was on ledges in Sand Hollow, and you can see his rear tire and his Gladiator start bending this way before he starts trying to back it up.
Mhm.
No, like
Right there,
pretty
man.
much if you have a Gladiator, you should have like the skid plate attachment. And if you're planning on rock crawling it all the time, I mean the motorboat bed is like really the only option.
See,
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could bob your bed and use the factory bed, but that thing is made out of very, very, very thin steel. It will not survive a single
Right.
hit. And you can bash the shit out of my bed like it's a bumper. You can
Now,
beat it up.
overlanders who aren't doing what we do, a Gladiator bed is fine.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
totally.
But
It's a great vehicle. It just depends on what you're doing.
My Gladiator truck bed was going to look like a smashed up tin can on a shit box by the time I finished wheeling it before I paid it off the way it was going if I didn't bob it.
Yeah.
We like you didn't need that extra room. Like, and we actually gained like truck bed like space because he had his tire. He has his tire up on the
Right.
thing. Like it was like he was
But
using up 2/3
I
of
will
it.
say, if you do bob a factory bed, you are a lot less likely to smash the shit out of it just for the fact that it's not
it's
there
a lot less
Yeah.
sticking out.
You have
Mhm.
no ass. You just have
Yeah.
wheelbase.
The
You
other
should bob
option
your
you can
Tacoma, Alyssa.
Do what?
You should bob your Tacoma.
She wants the
She's
space
like, no.
because she's more of
I
an
just got a
overlander. She
wolf.
wants the
Bob the
space.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
Has that even been done? I
just
gotta
gotta-
know if it's been done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm
They've
sure.
pinched bobs, dovetails, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff
the
on
dovetails,
Tacomas.
the bow ties, all that.
Um,
Yeah.
Well,
There's even,
before
like,
they
a
bobbed
lowered
the
one.
bed, the motorbelt had the bob bed. He was going to dovetail it. Like he was trying to figure out how to cut that off no matter
I
what.
was talking to Chris at Lightbright about doing the cut and the body, the dovetail on it, and do a different kind of a setup on it.
That would have.
Just
Has
That'd be
anybody
cool.
done that to a Gladiator?
I don't think so. I think it'd be sexy.
Exodus 4x4 did it to a Gladiator where they
I wanna
dovetailed
see
it and
that.
then did a custom bumper and skid on it.
I'll have to
It
look
was one
that
of their
up.
first builds they did on Gladiator.
It's
It's a good
looking.
one. It was pretty cool looking. I almost wanted that too. It was
Yeah,
one of my
'cause in my
options.
head, I'm like, your cab's too big for a dovetail. Like, every dovetail's a two-door. To dovetail a four-door would be weird.
Well, and
to
the thing
me.
is that like 45 seconds after we started rock crawling, we wanted to cut that shit off. Like we were ready to like be done.
I couldn't even imagine.
It was
man.
like your ass drags on
Like, I'm a
everything.
two-door-
The
I'm a
second
two-door
day in
guy. I
Moab,
can't
I'm like, you
imagine
got a
the wheelbase.
serpentine off of this. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's it. That thing's gone.
Well, you can do what my
His
buddy
wheelbase
did,
makes it easy.
who drives a Gladiator and has that petty motor in it. He just drove down to Atlanta and picked up a TJ and a YJ on 43s. So he went back and just said, forget it. I'm never wheeling this Gladiator again. I'm going to go find two rock bouncers.
I would never
and,
say that. I love wheeling
yeah.
my Gladiator.
He loves the wheelbase.
Well,
I
loves
love
it.
I was just saying, if I build another thing, it's an older Gladiator, but
no,
more likely I would do a buggy.
His is a
Well, we're gonna make the older Gladiator into a buggy kind of a situation.
Yeah, no. This Gladiator.
Yeah, we're gonna buy an antique and destroy it.
Right. That's what you should
We're gonna
do.
we're gonna bob it and everything. We're gonna piss so many people
it.
off by taking a classic
Do
vehicle
it.
and fucking it up over and over and
Do it.
over and over
Yes.
again. So be mad at
Do
us.
I'd love to see the dovetail on the four door. I just in my head I can't wrap my head around it. But I'll have to look
But
it
don't
up.
you think like an old school like 1967 Gladiator with a dovetail? Won't you think that's sexy?
Yes, because it's two door.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't picture a four door with a because most of the Toyotas is what you see all the dovetails on. And
But the
Yep.
former needs the length on the back. Like it would balance it a little bit. I think like Misfit looks squatty. Like it's like meh, like
Yeah.
a bad like
Now,
90s.
What was
I
that again,
haven't
Randy?
seen like a Gen 3 or
Well-
Gen 4 that's been bobbed.
Like imagine if he had like some length on the back to give him some extension.
Now you should
Neats.
clip that moment right there. Hold on.
I already did. Yep.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Mark
It's
it.
already
Good.
done. Yep.
Praise God. Just as
I
long
told
as
you.
has
I
some
told you
length
guys I've been
on the
trying to
back
redo the
end,
intro. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
we'll be
That's
good.
perfect for it.
Jiminy crickets.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah.
All right, let's start getting ready to
Anyway.
get out of here. So I have something that I need to share with you guys. I have 2 fail videos. The first fail video
Am I in one of them?
you are not this time. But I realize now as I look back through all of my media board lists that I never shared this one with you guys. So when Todd was on the show from Trails Off Road, he really wanted to show this clip because it is a moment of stupidity for me. And while the drone made it out, it was not my brightest moment. So let's see here. Let's see if this will play. All right, there's no audio here, but if you guys can see these 2 drones colliding.
Are you drone fighting?
That's
So
fun.
me and
On purpose or
well,
no?
me and a guy named
No drone wars
TJ.
on purpose.
TJ had just
That's
gotten his
pretty.
Skydio, and we thought it would be a really good idea. Take a look at my face, right here. Isn't that great?
Oh,
We had gotten a bright idea to launch both of the drones off the hood of the Jeep, and that turned out to be a really bad idea. Here comes the audio.
Oh, and it recovered.
I think drone wars are so fun. So fun.
It would be more use out of our drone than I've gotten out of it so far.
Yeah.
We need more drone
All right,
wars.
so I had to share that one with you guys just because of the look on my face in that moment. I had
That's
never
amazing.
freeze framed it until Todd was coming on the show and I was doing that video and I was just like, oh wow, I had no idea that my horror was completely caught in that moment as my brand new
Aerial battle
drone,
bots,
like very
exactly.
expensive drone. Yeah. So and I crashed it yesterday actually.
Do you want to play battle bots with me?
I
when you
really
come out
don't
here?
because
We
I'm
can,
gonna
like,
have to spend $300 to get this one fixed now, and it just slid off my hood like it wasn't even anything fancy.
So the funny thing is about even the drone footage, like, so I wanted to get a drone, but I've watched my buddies do it, and we have so many trees around here that I've watched them all wreck into trees.
If they
like, it's so tight
Mhm.
everywhere you
That's
go.
usually
so
happens
if
to me.
if Skydio
So,
still made the drone,
I look at this.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I look at this. It's like wide open. You have room for error.
Right.
I bought I found one at a garage sale that I paid like $30 for, just so I could
You
practice
good at
with.
them.
Mhm.
Just so I could practice with, because I do not have that open area to be like, oh, sweet, I can do whatever I want. No, it's
Yeah, well,
every trail you go down here.
so this area was open, but I regularly fly in areas that are not, and most of the time I don't crash. But the problem is they don't make that drone anymore. You can buy it, but you got to buy it aftermarket. It pretty much flies itself though.
You need good drone.
So
Like,
what
I
are
think
what are
buying
people
a
buying
drone-
today? Maybe we should do a drone episode. What are people buying
Yeah.
today?
We should, because then I can figure
We
out if
should
I need
do
to
a
buy
drone
something new, because
episode.
they're not making that
'Cause
one
we
anymore,
can
and
talk-
eventually they'll stop fixing it.
I'll tell you, my older drone I don't like because I've crashed it a lot. Well, I like it because it survived a lot of crashes.
I'm also mad
But I've
because
crashed it
every
a
time he
lot.
goes out, he didn't download whatever
Yeah.
it is. And
So
then
this
he
is the
can't
biggest
do
thing
anything.
about DJI drones is that every time I go out, all of a sudden it's like, you're not logged in. I'm like, motherfucker, now I can't even fly it. Like, it doesn't take good videos,
right,
and it won't fucking move.
I can help you with that.
We
Oh.
bring it and then we use it, and then
Like
every time
garbage.
there needs to be a download of some garbage.
I'm like, I'm in the middle of effing nowhere. There is no satellite to download your stupid fucking update and log back in.
Yeah.
Like, I need drones that don't require
Nightmares.
Well,
to make me
DJI
work
is
on
made by Apple, right?
No,
know.
DJI is a
I heard-
Chinese-based company,
No.
and they're actually
okay.
in danger of getting the TikTok treatment pretty soon too. So we'll see how that works.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, but to be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge DJI fan. Like their drones. Well, we'll talk about another show, but yeah, don't do that with your Jeep, or don't do that with your drone. Don't try to launch it from your Jeep. So
I've launched them from my hood and I've smashed it into the side of pine trees
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite a bit.
This is
And
why
I've
I
yet
bought
to
the
replace the
$20 one
propellers
to
yet.
practice.
Really good.
Brian, I'll send you some footage.
You've done
You'll be
good.
real
I
mad
just
at
think
this
that
drone.
the like cheaper ones suck.
Yeah, they do.
Like honestly, the
Yeah.
like more expensive ones, they do better. You're kind of wasting your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like even if you're trying to drive them, they're like totally different. Like it's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we'll do.
So
I'm
you're
not gonna
basically
lie.
wasting money by buying a cheaper one.
Who's the guy from Canada? What's his name that does?
Which
I
the
haven't
story
watched
till
his
now?
stuff in a while. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what,
Mhm.
he's got it on lockdown.
The guy who drives the Gladiator in the snow all the time.
Yes, I mean his footage. He's got it on lockdown.
Yeah, but he's got something different than a
He
lot of us
does.
don't have, which
Absolutely.
is, and I know I don't have, is the ability to drive and have a pilot in a passenger seat. Because he's got, I mean, and I'm not knocking him.
Oh, he's got a
a
dude
bit of a
riding with
production
him?
crew, right? Like he's got enough people with him where he can have
Yeah.
somebody flying
Okay.
as a passenger, and I don't have that ability. I need something that can fly itself. So yeah.
Well, because all his shots that he does are point of view, so it doesn't ever seem like there's another guy in the rig.
Well, that's
So,
what a good
good
filmmaker's
for him.
doing, though.
The reactions
good
are on
for
the
him.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you get a
Well,
thumbs up?
I was always
Did you see
curious
the-
about
It's an
how he
apple.
did that.
Okay.
Does it work now?
I know. I'm all about like aerial, I'm all about the aerial battle bots. Like we want to like take our drone out. We've been talking to people about this. I think it would be fun. Somebody said that in the like chat on the
Yeah,
side.
I
Just
know.
saying.
Alyssa did.
Yeah. Like it'd be
Listen,
fun.
listen.
It'd be fun to do like aerial jousting with your bot with your.
I will say
drones.
this: I have
That
some
sounds like
cool
a-
drone stuff planned for this summer that includes me not being the pilot. So I'll share that later once I get closer to it. But it's
Cool.
really fun.
Nice.
Also, really quick shout out. Hold on.
Are we still live?
Oh, he just left. Oh my God, Mudhorn has been
that's
on
okay.
the entire podcast, and I wanted to
Yeah,
shout
we
him
were
out,
still-
and
Aw.
he literally
Yeah.
left.
So yeah,
Right
what's up, Mudhorn?
before-
Thanks,
Wow.
man.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Glenhorn.
we'll say it on the thing, but I don't think he's going to see it because he just left. Like,
We're-
I literally it was.
We're
been
apparently special
wanting
enough
to
now.
say
We can go for a
something
full 2
because he
hours.
started at the
Yep.
beginning and then he did not. Lame.
All right, let's do one stupid, and we'll do final shots and get out of here. Ready?
And Lissa has been here the
And
entire
Lissa.
time too, so I would like to say hi, Lissa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Thanks so much for
You're
listening.
amazing. Thank
and
you.
being here the whole show. Next time, if you're on your computer, hit that little button and call in. We'll have you on the show. So
Well,
Yeah.
now we have another person.
Well, Nathan needs
Oh,
to call in. to be on the
Nathan's
show too.
on our audience right now too.
there he is,
Hi, Nathan.
And then we got Nathan's message.
He was
too.
talking about the Mahindra granted a license in Jeep thing.
Yeah, and that's what they sued about a few
Oh
years
my
ago. Was that
gosh,
they had
he
overstepped
literally
that
was
license.
on the entire time, and as soon as I went to shout him out, he jetted out.
It's like,
That's so
That's
stupid.
amazing.
So dumb.
All right.
So we're up to 5 listeners now. Is that what we are?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Six.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because it looks like
6 if you count
it
all
looks
of
like
us.
Instagram
Oh,
gave up at
Lissa,
90 minutes.
You call me.
Yeah.
You call me. Like she just said, happy to. I don't want to call in. I have a mouth like a sailor. Guess what, girl? I am a fucking
Yeah, we break
sailor.
the fuck barrier real
Please
early in the
call
show,
me.
Lisa. Don't-
Listen, call me and leave me a
There you
message. Just tell me all your shit. Like on our
719-408-0132.
next week.
There you
Okay,
go.
please.
And you
Okay, say it again.
719-408-0132. If you swear too much, I'll beep it, but I think you'll be just fine. If you're not worse than
Yeah.
You
Jason,
don't need
we're
to
good.
beep it. It's Lissa talking to me. Please call in for next week. Please, please,
All right,
please.
Cool. There it is.
Oh, she's got to support her girl,
Uh-oh.
Alyssa. So who's
Yeah.
Alyssa's friends with
She's
Alyssa.
my friend.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I know it looks like Lissa, but her name is Lisa. because it's
Oh,
Elisa.
Lisa.
Okay, that makes
Okay.
way
Yeah.
more sense. Lisa,
Thank
all
you.
right.
Yeah, Elisa's Lisa. Yeah.
All right, cool.
But yeah, she's one of my buddies. She's one of my Jeep friends.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
All right.
Well, call and leave us a message because we'd love to hear
All
from
right,
you.
let's do the stupid one.
Oh yeah.
Dumb.
Hi, I've been involved in a hit and
I thought you guys would
it's not what
appreciate
happened
that
in
one.
Moab.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Hey, we didn't mean to have this happen.
no,
we are not
no.
hitting and running this
Honey.
shit. Like, you don't understand. I cried when they told me that they were totaling her. I cried, like real tears. Like,
I get it. No,
Like,
you.
for
you
fi-
I
for
totally
5 minutes.
understand.
Feelings.
I totally get it. Nope.
For like 3 minutes, I cried.
It took her like a weekend
Like,
for it to
you
settle
gotta-
in
you
what
gotta
was actually
process it.
happening.
I
All of a sudden,
told all the things.
The insurance company is trying
They
to tell you it's a
messaged
debt.
us,
It's not.
Like Allstate messaged us at 5:55. They close at 5:00 on Friday fucking night. So I had an entire weekend to be
Just to
psychotic
stew on it.
and Google
Mhm.
everything I could possibly
Asking.
do. And then Monday morning,
Oh
he
my God, this
calls
is the
and
best.
leaves a message. Like, let me just give you the rundown. Monday morning, he calls and leaves a message. They did not answer. On his way to work, he gets a text message that says, please tell Impulse Off-Road to release your Jeep. And they tried to fucking come and get Jem.
Yeah.
Do you know what Savage would do to Jem? Like, do you know?
they'd be like, "Oh, these axles right here."
It's the moment that she walked onto their shop.
I'd be more upset that they were trying to come get it when you hadn't signed anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I never
Exactly.
signed anything, never nothing. So he calls them immediately. They're like, please, like, tell Impulse Off-Road to release your vehicle.
And I call
And
Impulse
he's
and
like,
he's like,
no.
tell
Like,
them
he
no.
was like, no. So Impulse took her to storage so that she's not on
They hid her.
property or at our house, so nobody could take her. And they have been hiding her for 3 weeks, and that's why I didn't tell anything.
That's amazing. All right. Well, on that note, let's get out of here.
I don't know if it's necessary to be that dramatic about it.
You know
but it's
what?
like-
That was the worst day of my life. Do you understand? Like, somebody tried to take my kid.
yeah.
Like,
Randy,
could you imagine them taking her to a
in my
salvage
lifetime,
lot?
I have
I was like-
received 2 of those death notices for 2 different Jeeps about my, and so I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I was
and
very
the
upset.
thing about it is, I'm like, if you guys let them take it from salvage, it's the same as if you stole from me, and I have this extra coverage to prevent fucking people from
Theft,
stealing
yep.
my extra parts, and you're just fucking stealing it from me right now.
I was shaking.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would
we
have
were-
livid.
I was
Yeah,
so mad.
I probably would have chewed.
So, just so you know, I was very upset.
And it is actually causing me to change my insurance coverage entirely. Not necessarily the company, maybe the company, but I am changing how Misfits covered
Oh,
going
I
forward.
understand.
Because what I thought they were doing with our extra aftermarket part coverage, they are not doing.
And
It is a
they're both
reef off.
off-road, and we'd never made a claim on them. So I was like, well, they're off-road, and this was off-road, and I'm making a claim finally. And then this all happened.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
All right. We should do a whole episode about
I don't know
insurance.
how we ended back there.
We
But
should,
that's
we
fine.
should get an insurance
I
expert on
had
here.
too much
Ugh.
whiskey before we got here.
We should get an
would
insurance
actually
expert
really
on.
You know
helpful.
what? I just
Yeah.
wrote it down, guys. I'm gonna start. I'll start looking for somebody.
Hey,
That'd be really
if
cool.
you're listening, and
If
you're
you're
an
listening
insurance
and you're an
expert,
insurance person and you think you would be an expert on this, please reach
And
out to
you're
us
an
at
off-roader.
719-408-0132.
Yeah. You know.
and if you want to help Gem and the Misfit not get have their insurance company steal from them next time they total
Oh.
a Jeep.
Hey.
Yeah.
They did not. We are
I was
not
gonna
saying
say.
anything.
They may have
The
tried to,
papers
but
are
they did not.
signed.
Yes.
Stop speaking.
They did not succeed in
They
stealing.
did not. And I have the best off-road shop in all of America that made sure she didn't go
There
there.
you go.
So it's
All right.
good.
Well, on that note,
If you're an insurance, I'm gonna give it the caveat. If you're an insurance agent that understands the off-road world, because I know of several questions to about my Jeep, and they're like, no, you need to understand the off-road world. as well.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll have to
Power
start poking around.
sports. We're talking
Yeah.
here.
All right,
The gem is mine.
good deal.
Yay, I
All
win.
yours.
Yay!
Well,
I win.
there you go. Let's finish on that. To Jim.
Good
Jim.
Jim.
Hold on, I gotta
Jim.
get. Let me.
Oh,
Chip.
wait. Pope,
Oh
how
my
are you not
God.
ready, Pope?
So sweet.
That makes my heart so
Hope
happy.
I wasn't ready. Sorry,
Come on.
Jem wasn't
Come on.
ready either.
Premature. Here, cheers.
It's not like we haven't been building up to this for the last hour and a half.
Cheers.
All right.
You know.
Not kidding. Ezra makes me want a German Shepherd.
Ezra just
sometimes.
makes me want another puppy, and I can't.
Every
I
once in a
can't do
while,
it.
I want one. But after dog surgery, like number 563 for me and Pope, like I don't know if we're
Yeah.
having any more dogs.
I just don't want
this.
to do two at once anymore. That's where I'm at in my life. One at a time.
Oh, I like two.
I like two too,
I
but
like
it's
two
a lot.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Really want to get it down to like just 2 dogs.
How many dogs do you have
Sorry,
now?
cat.
I thought you had 2.
That cat loves you.
Sorry. Yeah.
We have 2 dogs and a cat, and the cat is obsessed with him. Will not have anything to do with me.
That's usually what happens
Your
when
cat
people
didn't
don't want
make a
the.
cameo tonight.
What'd you say?
No, she didn't make a
It's-
cameo
Yeah.
tonight.
She always makes a cameo.
She walked outside.
She might be locked outside.
She forgot it was
Well,
Monday.
no.
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 She's just
didn't
like,
know.
I don't care about you people tonight.
She's not outside. The back door's open.
And the reason why
Okay.
cats aren't popular.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. If you
Here's
want to
his
tell
cat.
Ryan
She
about
is
being a cat
obsessed.
person,
Like,
the
I don't
phone
even
number
think
is
you can explain how obsessed she is with
719-408-0132.
him.
What'd you say, Randy?
I love cats. I love. I had the best cat. This cat could give a shit about me
I've had those.
and thinks he's
Yep.
God.
Mm-hmm.
I've had plenty of cats
Thinks
that I
he's
loved.
like
and
the bestest of all the things that's ever happened. And
Randy's lucky Aries doesn't shit on her pillow.
and he hates, like, he doesn't hate her. He's just not as into her as I would be. That's
all right.
I have 2 dogs I like a lot more.
She's
Yeah.
obsessed with you. You would be so sad with her.
And that's the
Aries.
problem is that
I'm gonna put it this way.
Anyway,
No.
I'm gonna put it this way: as a therapist, I don't do cats. Period. Yeah, they got too much drama. They're too borderline. No.
oh no, they're
I'm just
perfect
not
for
gonna do
me.
it.
he never liked cats. He
No.
never liked cats until this one was so obsessed with him. Like, she, like, literally thinks he's God.
I need something as bipolar
It's
as I am.
funny as hell.
Until that cat
Yeah.
stabs you in the back. All right.
It wouldn't stab
I'm
him.
not dead yet, but
He would not stab him. He would stab me. If I got in between Aries and her, she'd stab me for sure. Like, she'd be okay if I was dead.
She cut her eyes.
She would.
That's amazing.
But Pope is like walking on water to her. It's the weirdest thing, and he could give a crap.
That's why. That's why she wants someone as indifferent about her existence as she is about his.
Yeah. Those are called unhappy relationships.
Well, most cat relationships are.
Yeah. My point
Lisa's
exactly.
right. Cats will stab you in the front.
They will. And Aries would stab me if I would stop breathing and he'd pay more attention to her.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here.
It's true.
All right, everybody.
guys. Good night,
Have a good
everyone.
night. We'll do this again. We got Thursday night. So if anybody's there for it, great.
Oh, what did you bring tonight? Ryan, you're gonna appreciate what Randy's drinking.
Ooh. Oh, hey, there you go. Good old Jack.
Me, this is like classic. If I just need something that just makes me feel like home, this is me.
Yeah. Hey, it works.
I can get
That
some
makes me
fancy
feel
whiskey and some fancy ginger ale, but this is like a good glass for me.
Look,
you
I
kidding
had
about me?
I had a craving for a Coke Zero and whiskey, so I picked the crappiest thing on my shelf, which is sadly what What glass just broke?
Alyssa's making her drink.
Oh, I got ice. Sorry.
Listen.
Does that sound like glass?
Yeah, it sounded like you just had 14 years bad luck.
Oh, sorry. No, I was scooping ice.
I picked the
Sorry.
Duke. The Duke whiskey. This is the biggest.
Duke.
It's like $30 for the bottle.
It sounds like cheap. Yeah, it sounds cheap.
It's horrible.
I'm drinking my fancy
Duke.
schmancy scotch tonight.
Ooh.
There it is.
Can you see what the number is?
15.
15.
15's the one that's not
Oh, there you go.
Do you guys buy them
18
from...
is like my favorite, but it's too expensive to drink like this on a show.
It's only the first drink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has one of that, and then
There's a few $200 bottles in there that I thought about bringing out, but I was like, no, I'm good.
All right. Well, since we're comparing liquors,
that's when
I'm
you
still
bring
cleaning
2
out.
bottles.
Yeah.
I'm still cleaning out Las Vegas booze. So tonight it's White
Ooh.
Girl Wasted with White Claw.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
Is that from
Right
Lee's
down to
Discount
Black
Liquor
Cherry.
in Las Vegas?
It's just whatever gas station I stopped at because I didn't really feel like going to a liquor
Mhm.
store.
Well,
Still
it's too
trying
far
to
from
pull
the
off 24. It's not working.
Oh yeah, that's why I came home with so much liquor.
Yeah.
I there's this so funny story. A couple years ago, we went to the Stanley Hotel here in Colorado for our anniversary, and our anniversary is Halloween. And we decided that we were going to get a small bottle of tequila to take with us. We came home with that full bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
We did Vegas a few years ago. Same thing happened. We bought a bottle of tequila. Yay, it's going to have a great time. Came home with a full bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I shouldn't buy alcohol when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
And
something
Or
to be
you
said
buy it
for-
when you're on vacation and you always kind of have it.
Yeah, I just need to pay for drinks. Like, just stop trying to be cheap and buying, White Claw at the place to pregame it. You're not going to pregame it.
No, because it'll be
All
a
right.
really early night.
No kidding. I know.
Be like
All right,
7
let me do
o'clock.
this real
I'm
quick.
out. All right, go.